Welcome to the Blueprint Studio channel. Today we're going to be doing a logo redesign for a company I found on Google Maps. Just something we're doing for fun, but it's a pretty interesting transformation. So check out the video and thanks for watching. Okay, so I was kind of looking around the area around me, just seeing what other companies are out there. Trying to find something that I could kind of redesign, and I came across this one. So I was like, JDR said, okay, they got 5 reviews. Looks like they've got quite a few photos. Looks like they do a lot of excavator work, but kind of a mishmash of different things. Something with fire hydrants. I don't know if that's their equipment. So it looks like, they're just selling mostly excavating services, maybe some other commercial site services. So anyways, I'm scrolling through here and I'm like, okay, there's no logo. There's no website. Interesting. The reviews were pretty good. 3 years ago though, a little dated. Looks like they probably made this listing. Don't keep up with it because it looks like they're doing a lot more than a few jobs. So anyways, I'm scrolling through here. Let me see if their logo. I did end up coming across it. Oh man. So, not good. I see they've got like a fire hydrant here. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe that's kind of the bolt that's, loosens the top of a fire hydrant. They have the excavator on here. It's, not even isolated properly. And apparently JDR means job done right. Job done right is not the best name for a company. I think JDR is really good. But I get the point, they want to say, hey, we do the job right. That's why we named it that. So I was like, this can't possibly be the logo they're using, right? But yeah, it looks like a lot of commercial stuff. So anyways, I go over to Facebook and I find their page. Oh my gosh. What? So all these different colors. I get the red, white, and blue. They're kind of going for like an American theme. I'm assuming the safety yellows, just, job site stuff. These colors don't really mix that well together. Their image is cut off here at the top. So their social media page just does not look great. Yeah. So I can kind of tell the owner though seems to really like this excavator kind of look to it. And I click on here, job done right. Oh my God, okay. The deeper we go, the more you owe. Unbelievable. Okay, so if you're a customer and you come to this and you see their tagline is the deeper we go, the more you owe, would you hire this company? Probably not. So I think the best thing is going to be to kind of take this similar concept with an excavator. I'm not really sure yet how I would implement this fire hydrant stuff. I don't know if that's a main priority of their business. I would say if that's the case, maybe making the excavator red, putting some sort of fire emblem on it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll come up with something here for these guys. Obviously, this tagline's not going to work. Now, job done right. I really like JDR. I think that's very brandable. It's memorable. However, I would probably implement job done right into the tagline rather than it being the primary focus of the company name. Just kind of keep the company name abbreviated. So for this one, we're just going to redo a logo. They need a lot of help, a lot of work. But for this one, I'm just going to redo the logo. Obviously, these colors aren't going to work. So yeah, let's get started and see what we can come up with. And I'll kind of show you what I'm doing as I go. Oh, one more thing. So it looks like they do have on their intro some of their services. So underground fire main, water main, sewer lines, concrete, leak detection, new existing installation, hydrant repairs, hydro testing and flushing, excavating, grading, stormwater and drainage, earth moving work, dirt hauling, and much more. So I'm kind of looking at this and thinking, okay, they put fire main first. They do a lot of water line kind of work, and it kind of makes sense as to why they would have an excavator as on their logo. Now fire mains, I would imagine, I haven't seen one in person, but I'm imagining those are very large water pipes. That's probably going to be township or city or state kind of work. So they do a lot of commercial or government work. With that said, you still need to have a good logo. So even if you're doing contracts, people are going to take you a lot more seriously if you present yourself seriously. So let's keep this in mind and see what we can come up with. So the first thing I'm going to do here is kind of see if I can find some good excavator vector art to implement into the logo. So I'm going on here over to Midjourney, and this is where AI is super helpful. So I'm kind of struggling to find a very simplified excavator. So I'm looking at, okay, what are some other ideas? I need something that's very simple. And the reason I need something simple is because if I go over here and show you this other one, so you can see on this one, it's a little bit complex. Now I could take that and remove some of the multiple colors, make them the same color, merge some shapes together, make the track a solid color. We want to have it simplified because if you ever need to print it on something or embroider it, especially. Now this company's logo, if you're going with an excavator, it's going to be hard to embroider anyway, so I think there's going to be a second version that I make specifically for embroidering. But let's check out these that Midjourney came up with. So I kind of like where it's going. You can see this one's very simple. It looks like it's using cat logo. Interesting. This one's also simple, but the arm is kind of tightened up. I kind of want the arm reaching out. So we'll try a few different ideas. Okay, so I have a different, kind of like this one. think that's a good start. So I'm thinking doing the text here, maybe even putting like JDR right here with job done right. So let's take a look at different fonts out there. Kind of like this one. Also kind of like this one. Okay, so I actually really like the fonts. I like the style. It looks very construction-y. I implemented the red, white, and blue because I saw that was implemented in their previous logo. So obviously they're patriotic, and I think that's important to them, and I wanted to implement that into their new logo. Now, the reason I did the red excavator is because it looks like they also targeted the fire services. So I kind of wanted to go with that red to kind of give that idea that that's one of the services they provide. I think I might actually make this bucket gray and see how that looks. Okay, yeah, I like that a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is this is kind of like something that you would use for print. So flyers, mailers, things like that. Something that's going to be easy to print because there's a lot of fine details in this. So what I want to do next is kind of take this logo, break it apart, so that way you've got like an embroidery type logo, and you've also got something that you can use for like large prints. So if you ever want to do like a vehicle wrap or graphics on the side of the vehicle, it's actually much more affordable to not do like a full print, to just use like a standard cut vinyl. So I'll work on that next. See if we can get some different variations. Okay, so you can kind of see what I did is I take that kind of main logo, and I broke it down. And I did a light background, a dark background, and then in this case, because it's a construction company, they're on the job sites a lot. They probably have high vis yellow or high vis orange shirts. It also needed to have a logo that could be printed on those and would look like it's supposed to. This one here on the white, you could probably print this on like a white hard hat. And on this dark one, you're probably going to have like embroidered hats, stuff like that. And you can't get, with embroidery, it's very important that you don't get too detailed. You can't have small letters. Um, Actually, just saw a mistake here, actually, with this. Fix that real quick. I don't know if you saw the mistake. This is why I always review it. See the S in services? How it's lowercase. So you gotta fix that. Now when I copy this over, I'm actually going to delete this whole thing because I don't want this spacing to ever change. Okay, that would have bothered me, so I had to fix it. I ended up going with, there's another company that has a similar name to this. And the reason I didn't end up making just the job done right as part of a tagline, oftentimes when people name these companies like this, it's really important to them that that be their company name. So, I don't, this isn't a customer of mine, so it's not something that I can just ask him directly. It's just kind of going off of experience and other stuff that I've done. So I kind of took that JDR, which they did on their previous logo, and I did spell out the name. So job done right. And then you've also got an abbreviated for the easier embroidery type stuff. Another thing I could do is actually take job done right, the full word, and put site services under it. There's a lot of different ways you could go about it. Now, it's very important when you're designing logos that you have versions of it that can be completely black and white. So it just when something can be completely black and white, you just change the colors later. It allows it to be printed and used for a lot more things. So you basically have to have a logo version that does both. So we'll pull up the previous logo here and we'll put it all side by side. Okay, so you can see we've got the old logo and the new one. Let me move these real quick so it's a little bit easier to. I'm going to make the other one a little bit bigger. Okay. So there we have the two together. Now, this one is on a light background. If I wanted to put this on a dark background, I would basically invert everything. So I probably wouldn't go with like a white. I would do like a very light gray and then on a dark background. So it's not perfect. It's just kind of a put together quickly kind of logo. This is kind of one that's just an idea, and kind of wanted to just kind of update it, make it look a little bit more professional, give them something that they can use for t-shirts, things like that. But yeah, so that's it. And thanks for watching. And I'll probably do some more of these. So catch you in the next one.